Well, Alex Neil, I've been trying to think of another way of summing up that game than a game of two halves, but you can't really, can you? That's exactly what it was.
Yeah, I think I think certainly getting into the game at half time, I thought our use of the ball, we looked tentative, we looked a bit sort of. I think once we conceded the goal, there was a few mumps and groans for the fans, and I think that affected the players basically. I thought they started to go into their shells a little bit, and what we needed at that point in time was guys to stick their chest out and go and play and be brave and not worry about the sort of moans and groans that are happening around the stadium. That's the bottom line. But to be fair, one thing that happens is fans react off what they see. And our effort and endeavour and sort of the bits that you need and that desire was sadly lacking in the first half. And the only thing that changed second half was with a few words at half time amongst ourselves, a few honest words. And to be fair to them, they responded, and they came out and they fought for every ball and they chased every ball. Tactically, nothing changed. Strategically, nothing changed. All it changed was the fact that they went about their business in the right way, and it just showed how good a team we can be if we go and sort of really attack games.
Given what you've said about the desire there, could you understand the moans and groans from the fans in the first half?
Yeah, because I was feeling the exact same way. The good thing that I've got is I can voice my opinion at half time. But the bottom line is, what you need a response, you need a reaction, you need guys to stand up and lead the way. And thankfully for us, we had that second half. So I was really pleased in terms of how they all went about their business, but particularly the sort of leaders in the group. I thought they sort of really rallied the team and they went and they fought for everything.
So it was fair to say it was a very honest dressing room at half time.
It's always very honest. There's no hiding place in our changing room. And that's what you need, because if you're going to get anywhere, we need to know where we are, what's acceptable and what's not, and what's going to get us to where we want to go. And certainly that performance second half. If we perform like that, we'll be fine.
Do you do most of the talking at half time on a day like this, or actually do some of the players step forward and have their say as well?
No, I do most of the talking, but to be fair, they talk among themselves and they get themselves ready for each other, and that's what leaders and groups are supposed to do, and that's exactly what happened.
And we talked yesterday about the inconsistency of Norwich this season. You saw it today, didn't you? Because the second half was so much better.
Yeah, but sometimes there's not specific reasons for what you play well and what you don't play well for. There's spells in games where you do well and you're doing the same things you did first half. But I think our use of the ball, we looked much more confident in the second half for whatever reason. We were much more intensity about our game in the second half for whatever reason. And we looked like a good side in the second half. Do you know what I mean? Whereas you couldn't have said probably any of that in the first.
But whatever was missing in the first half, it was only 1-0. You found a way of hanging in there, didn't you?
Yeah, and that's what you've got to do. And then we get an opportunity at the end of the game to win the game. Cameron has a fantastic chance, and unfortunately we missed that chance. But the good thing is we're there in the right places to create it and give ourselves an opportunity to win in the match.
I suppose that's the disappointing thing, isn't it? Actually, that was a very good chance to win the game from Cameron Jerome.
Yeah, I think at this level, it's a glaring opportunity. I think there's another one as well where Nathan's breaking down the right and he just needs to square the ball to Cameron to give him an opportunity to score, and we don't select the right pass. They're just little bits at this level you need to make count.
And Declan Rudd today named man of the match, his first home Premier League performance for many years actually, and he did well. Yeah,
he did, and he made some good saves when we needed him to. Declan will be fine. I've got no concerns about Declan at all.
And how hard was it to leave Ryan Bennett out of the starting lineup today, because he was the man you turned to at half time?
Yeah, it's always difficult when you're making changes, but do you stick with what's not worked, or do you try and find a solution? And that's the sort of key question. And I know people will come back and say, well, you changed the team that sort of drew against Arsenal, but looking at what Watford's sort of strengths and weaknesses were, there's some ideal games for certain players, and I certainly felt that Alex Tetty for that game in particular was ideal. And I'm just pleased that we managed to get a result. That's 3 games now at home. We've picked up 5 points, so we're picking points up, which is good. We need to make sure we're picking more 3 points up.
So overall, you'd say that's a good point?
Yeah, I think it's a good point, certainly based on first half performance. To bounce back, if you said to me at half time we would have got a draw, I'd have certainly took it.
Thanks, Alex.